is quarterback the deepest of all of the offensive positions, or is there something that we're not touching on offensively right now?
Well, I think the running back class last year was as good as I've ever seen it. I think this year it's going to be close. That Saquon Barkley arguably is the best player in the draft. I think he's a top 5 pick. Darius Geis, Ronald Jones, Sony Michel, Nick Chubb, Rashad Penny, Kerryon Johnson, and you can go on for another 15 names on top of that. I think we're going to see, just like last year, where you get a Kareem Hunt. Where was he in the third round, I believe? You get an Alvin Kamara in the third round.
Right.
I think I gave him to Green Bay in my mock draft.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine, Mike? If he'd gone there. Wow.
I don't understand what people didn't see in him. I thought he had just, and maybe it was because he transferred from Alabama to Tennessee and then didn't play for a year, and there was some murkiness surrounding him, but the talent was undeniable.
And then defensively, what's the deepest position on the defensive side of the ball, you think?
Probably. I mean, the interior defensive lineman led by this freak from Washington named Vita Vea or Vita Vai, or however they pronounce it. I mean, he's a 340-pound dancing bear that people say might run 4.85 at the combine, which I don't know if he will or not. But between him and Deron Payne and Maurice Hurst, the Bryan kid from Florida, Harrison Phillips from Stanford, there's 5 names that are going to be defensive tackles in the NFL, and they're all potential first-round picks. So I think the defensive tackles are deep, and I think I got to get deeper into the corners, but I'm kind of liking some of the corners that I've been getting into, too. I think that's going to be a pretty good class.
Well, Bradley Chubb is being thrown about, I know, again, in the mock draft world that you don't dive into until the very end. Chubb is being mentioned as a top 3 pick. The Colts would take him. Maybe the Giants even, although I would be stunned if they don't take a quarterback or Barkley in that position. How good is this kid Chubb from NC State?
Absolutely legit, and another top 5 or 6 pick, clean off the field. We've got a bunch of kids this year, whether it's Barkley, the guard from Notre Dame, Quentin Nelson, Bradley Chubb. They're and I could say 5 more that are just outstanding players plus really clean off the field. So I think if you have a top 10 pick this year, and forget about quarterbacks because you and I know that can go anyway. I mean, last year the quarterbacks and the wide receivers went off the board way earlier than I thought they would. So there's some really top-end quality talent that are also clean off the field this year.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.